another great podcast. It is November 15th, 2022, right here in the All American Savage Studios in Richardson, Texas at the Shell Shock CBD storefront. Oh, man. I know I say it every show, but dude, there's just the news has become to the point where it's unbelievable. The political spectrum has been thrown on its side. Things are everywhere.
Thrown on its side, kicked in its balls.
We'll just go ahead and lead with the bad news. Arizona, Kari Lake didn't make it. Go figure.
I know. Is everybody shocked?
Shocked.
They got just enough votes.
This is my shocked face. I'm just literally staring at the camera like, really? Really? You know, and it brings up a good point of discussion. I follow Cernovich. I guess that's his name. I know it's a big...
Cernovich?
Yeah.
Cernovich.
Cernovich. Man, he's going after the MAGA loyalists hardcore on this one. But he is... DC Drano had posted something that was shared to me, and I normally don't take anything he says seriously because he just reshares memes and shit like that. But he made a point in the meme that he shared that basically talked about how was it that Senate or... there was a lot of Republican votes in the House and things such as that in Arizona. Why would Republicans not vote Kari Lake? He said it didn't add up. Mike Cernovich made the point. They said the people are voting different parties on different positions. He said they're not voting straight red. And I thought that was a good topic of discussion because I don't know if I agree with that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little strange that they would vote for a Secretary of State but not for governor.
Exactly.
Just like when you start to look at the inconsistencies of the down ballot, it just seems like, I don't know, they're cheating.
I would like to see some polling data on that because Cernovich is saying that they didn't cheat in Arizona. It's just that people are not voting straight red like we thought they would. That's what he's saying. That's why he's saying it's not cheating. And I'm open to hearing different perspectives on this one because I kind of feel like there should be a way to kind of showcase that data of saying this percentage of people voted split ballots. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's really, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, especially in this day of polarizing political opponents, it just doesn't seem like there's enough people that would be more neutral saying, I'm going to favor this or favor that and not really showing party loyalty. And again, please don't get me wrong. I'm not against that. I'm not. But it doesn't seem likely to me. And I'm open to having my mind changed on that one. It doesn't seem likely to me. I just don't see it that way.
Well, ballot harvesting is legal in Arizona. Okay, so they had massive mail-in ballots, right?
Yeah.
And somehow those always tend to lean Democratic. So, you know, Carrie Hobb didn't go out and debate Kari Lake because she knew she would get destroyed. Yeah. All right. She's got this. And again, she had that racist thing that she went through where she fired a black lady. I mean, and I guess the taxpayers had to pay for it.
And that likes $1 million lawsuit.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense for her to do a Joe Biden and just, you know, hide out in a basement and not go out and campaign.
Well, again, that's also a very common thing for most incumbents to do is they are not going to take the debate stage. They won't because they've already secured their seat. And percentage statistically wise, incumbents are very hard to unseat, especially flipping said seat.
Especially when you're ballot harvesting. Yeah, and it's, you know, you're going to be.
You think more because there's a thing now circulating about that. That's at the very center point of the discussion. Some people are saying if Republicans start ballot harvesting, it's the end of the GOP, which I don't know where they're going with that one. But I do agree with a lot of people saying that Republicans have to start playing the same games. You're going to start doing the same thing.
If it's illegal in Arizona, you need to get your team together and go out and do the exact same thing that the Democrats are doing. Yeah. Because you do that, and then you start to turn some corners. Yeah. Because the biggest thing about these governorships is that they can go in and fix the election rate. They don't do that in Florida anymore.
Look what happened. Herself. It's like, are you kidding me?
Herself. Yeah. Isn't that a joke?
Wow. Like, color me shocked. The person that's already the governor is going to investigate the ballot boxes that were screwing up. And wouldn't you know, everything's hunky-dory. Everything's great. Like, go figure. Come on. Come on.
Look what happened in Florida. Look how handedly DeSantis won his second time.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What did he do? He got rid of mass mail-in voting and then
secured the elections.
He got rid of ballot harvesting. Ballot harvesting should be illegal across the board.
I agree. Your ass needs to go there and vote, and that's all there is to it. Because what's going to stop anybody from literally? Because here's the thing: is like this ballot harvesting. My first question is: are those people that are going out there to harvest ballots from? Are they registered voters? Because if they're not, then you can literally go to anybody on the street, forge a name. That's where all the dead Democrats are coming out of the cemetery saying, oh, look, my great-great-uncle who fought in the war, the Civil War, he's voting Democrat. Go figure. But I feel like there's a lot of loose ends there. There's a lot of gateways into easily rigging elections.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, ballot harvesting is legal. And the thing that worries me is that if there is no need for voter registration to be in place and you can just vote based like in New York, it doesn't matter how much ballot harvesting you do. It's whoever's in charge. They're going to win. They're naturally going to protect themselves. And it makes perfect fucking sense. New York's going to do it. California's doing it. I don't know. But it does seem to me like I'm with you. It seems like if a Republican could flip a seat, then they can secure those elections.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying to do that to guarantee a Republican victory in the future, but to guarantee a fair and balanced election. Yeah. Because here's the thing that I don't get about Democrats. If you want to strip away the right's ability to accuse people of cheating, then just acknowledge the fact that we do need to secure these elections. If the election, here's the thing, if with all the things that DeSantis put into place to secure his Floridian elections, if they lost, they got no one to blame but themselves because you secured the elections. Yeah. You gave them what they wanted. So if Democrats are so not worried about that because you feel like you are the dominant party, why are you afraid of doing this? Number one, it does secure the elections. No, that does not oppress people of minority descent. Not in the slightest, because we saw massive voter turnout, massive minority voter turnout. So you explain to me why, if these voter laws in places like Georgia and Florida are so suppressive, why are they turning out in record numbers?
Yeah.
Explain that to me, especially in Florida or Georgia as well.
They flipped Dade County. That's a Democratic town. It was. But once you got rid of the ballot harvesting and mail-in ballots, what happened?
But Democrats are naturally going to use that voter suppression as a reason to combat that. Saying, well, it's because, or that or gerrymandering. Now, in a state like Florida, it's like, please elaborate where any gerrymander. It's like, it's all fucking red, dude. It's all red. How do you gerrymander something that's all red?
The Democrats now are trying to figure out how to replace Ohio, how to replace Florida. Those are like the two biggest, right?
It's going to be, I guarantee they're going to double down on California. They're going to double down hard on trying to flip those seats.
It's not even that. Like, the more people that move to Florida are conservatives. The more people are moving to Texas, for the most part, they're conservatives. Same with Ohio.
Yeah.
So people are just moving into, like, conservatives are moving out of these blue states into red states. So they're just getting redder. I
agree.
So,
and if you pull so real quick, folks, it's looking like the Senate's lost. Well, I shouldn't say, well, we're not going to win.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50. Well, now if Herschel Walker, even if he wins, he ties it up. Kamala Harris will be in the deciding vote. The House,
they don't lose anything.
Yeah. But it does look like we are going to take the House, which is still a great thing. That's still a great thing.
Yeah.
So the House is going to go to the right, Senate goes to the left, executive branch goes left, SCOTUS goes right. And the beautiful poetic thing about this is exactly what checks and balances were put into place for, until you've got those damn executive orders, and then the whole thing just gets shot to hell. But it's a good position to be in, because at least now with Republican control of House, we're going to see a lot of things not even hit the floor. It's like, nope, done. Not going to happen. It won't even make it out of committee.
Yeah, I think Wallace in the chat over here is right that California has been cheating for years.
Oh, God, yeah.
They've been ballot harvesting for years.
Yeah.
So if you're a Democrat, how do you think Gavin Newsom gets elected? How do you think Fartwell gets elected, or Pelosi?
The fact they even had enough votes to do a recall on Gavin Newsom was a massive indicator. So it does make me wonder if there is actually more conservatives in California than there are blue voters, because I doubt it. I'm trying to give some leniency here and assume some people have, a good majority of people out in California have some common fucking sense. It just doesn't make sense to me where you're paying $8 a gallon. You're paying insane, just
rolling blackouts, your groceries, property. It's through the roof. So why would you continue voting the same way you've been voting for years and paying the same amount of things you've been paying? It just stands to reason that eventually people start to wake up and say, you know what? Let's give red a try. So the only reason I could see that is that people are cheating. They're like, that's never going to happen. Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Why would people still? It's like lemmings walking off a cliff, and it's like, well, let's just keep going because everybody's going. Yeah. It's like, are you really that stupid? And I can't.
I think you don't stop voting.
No, God, right? No. Yeah, that's not an option. Don't stop.
You don't stay home. You don't stop voting. No. You just got to keep going. You got to push forward.
I agree.
The next election is coming up. I think this election was a win. Yeah. I think the Democrats wanted to make it seem like there was going to be a red wave, so that when there wasn't a red wave, they could come back and be like, see?
Well, you remember back in 2016, there wasn't a blue wave either.
No.
They predicted massive blue waves. The red did the same thing. I really thought there would be a red wave. I genuinely did.
In 2012, there was a red wave, right?
Yeah.
Republicans took the House. They took back the Senate.
Yeah.
And after that, there was some gerrymandering going on, and then next thing you know,
look at that, everything's blue.
Everything's blue again.
Yeah. Well, I think moving forward for 2024, which the good news is that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I think people are going to start utilizing ballot harvesting. I think the Republicans would be stupid not to. McConnell's taking a lot of heat right now because apparently this FTX this FTX embezzling scheme has just been blown wide open. And it looks like McConnell is potentially on the take as well.
Those motherfuckers, dude. They knew.
We're going to get to this. There's a lot.
They knew they were going to be laundering that money.
Yep.
That's anybody that didn't think there was some sort of shadiness going on. You're just a Democrat.
I just love the fact. Well, no, there's Republicans that are still in favor for it too.
No, I think if you believe that they were on the level by sending that money out there, and none of these scumbag politicians were getting paid on the back end, you're a Democrat.
No, I wouldn't even say Democrat. I would just say you're fucking retarded because I even feel like there's a lot of Democrats.
Because if you're voting for Democrat, you got some serious issues.
Well, I think there's a lot of Democrats as well that are like, okay, come on now, like this is ridiculous.
Where are they?
Yeah,
I haven't seen any. I've been on Twitter.
Yeah.
None of them say anything about high inflation, high gas prices, high grocery bills.
True.
They don't say. The only thing they say,
they double down on their defense. Yeah,
they say women's rights.
Yeah, it's funny to me because
they can't have abortions.
You talk about the extreme levels of political loyalty. Dude, I'm getting like ripped apart on Truth Social, but my following keeps growing, which is fucking hilarious to me. Like Truth Social, I did not realize how big of an echo chamber that is. And guys, let me first describe and explain something to y'all real quick. I'm not against Trump. I'm not against DeSantis. I'm also not for Trump, and I'm not for DeSantis. I'm going to simply weigh in my opinion on where they stand on their certain issues. So when I see people that will not criticize Trump for the things that he's done in the past or things that he continues to do or say, which he's continued to do, that does not mean that I am against Trump. But what I am against is just blind loyalty in any sense of that meaning. I don't agree with following blindly and not criticizing your own side when they fuck up or your president or the person that you vote for. So when Trump comes out swinging hard on DeSantis and people are like, dude, what the fuck? And these MAGA loyalists want to come out there and say, well, you've turned on Trump. It's like, no, it's telling Trump to shut the fuck up. That's not turning on Trump. That's like being loyal to the Constitution, saying, look, I want to win. I want to win and have a president that is embracing of the Constitution. But what I've seen so far in Truth Social, holy shit. Bro, I'm at a loss. Like, you go watch something that Trump posts, and the shit you see in the comments, it is idolatry. It is Trump. There's a difference in saying, hey, I like Trump. I hope he wins, versus these people think that he is Jesus Christ anointed. I'm not even kidding. Go follow me on Truth Social and see the responses I get. This is, and here's the sad thing. Trump today retweeted on Truth Social someone with that hashtag, where we go one, where we go all. It's like, dude, are you fucking stupid? Like, are you fucking stupid? Do you MAGA cultists just not get it through your thick fucking skulls? QAnon was a grift. It was a lie. And the fact that Trump is now retweeting is like, dude, are you fucking retarded? You are like, there was a point where it caught so much fire, Trump wielded it to his benefit, which I couldn't blame him on. But now it's been debunked. Bro, what are you trying? This is not a phoenix. This isn't going to resurface. QAnon is done. It's dead. Anyone that buys into that, you're a fucking moron. I don't care if my own mother did that. I call her a moron. But these MAGA fucking cultists, and I'm not saying that in the sense of I'm not for Make America. I'm for America first. But these loyalists, these worshipers, these idolaters, which is ironic to me because most of them are very religious, it's like you are worshiping the man Trump now. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you would be the same people if the roles were reversed. You'd be loyal to the crown.
Yeah, I don't think you're not going to change.
You're not going to change their minds.
Anybody's mind.
No.
I mean, the best you can do is tune out the legacy media.
No, Jesus, yeah.
And
I'm crying over it.
The controversy they try to stir up between.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that.
Well, here's the thing, though.
The left is trying to do right now.
But Trump started that. Trump started that. Trump, he came out and said, here's the deal.
But what's that going to change? What is it going to? Is it going to change anybody's mind about who they're going to vote for?
Oh, 100%, yes.
They're people that were going to vote for Trump. Like, I'm still going to vote for Trump. If he runs, he's got my vote.
I don't know. If DeSantis runs, I'm going to see which of the two candidates
I think
better.
DeSantis has done a great job in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't think the Floridians would like to lose him as a governor.
True, but at the same token, think of the changes that guy could facilitate at the federal level versus just the
same
state.
Changes that Trump did. I don't know.
Well, right now,
I mean, I don't like to call myself a Trump loyalist, but I think he did enough in his first term that I think I would like to see what he could pull off in the second term.
If he would just shut his mouth, I could see that.
But he's been like that since he took the debate stage. Do you watch that Chappelle? Chappelle bit when he talked about it? He was like the most honest liar you'd ever seen, and then he talked about how the system was rigged because he used it.
We've been saying that, yeah. But I wouldn't sit there and say that makes you a Trump loyalist. I would say that you can openly criticize Trump, but you're saying that you'd vote for Trump based upon his previous performance,
because
which I can
I'm not
agree with.
let the legacy media or anybody else sway my decision about his record. Take away everything that he says, and then just look at his policies and everything that he accomplished in that short time that he was in office. He almost got the wall finished. Yeah. Faced a lot of adversity from Republicans and Democrats. Yeah. They didn't want to give him the money to do the wall, even though it cost Texans $80 billion a year in illegal immigration. They could come up with that money. They didn't have a problem sending $40 billion to Ukraine.
But I think there's a lot of people that feel that Trump is being very disingenuous to DeSantis right now. DeSantis, he grew to popularity.
That's how that guy is.
He grew to popularity because DeSantis. Well, here's the thing.
I'm not going to get my feelings hurt for some name calling and
feelings hurt. People are tired of it. Like DeSantis throughout the lockdowns and shit. Where was Trump during the lockdowns? Trump wasn't here. Trump was not in charge. Trump was nowhere to be seen. What Trump did say is go out and get the vaccine. Trump did push the vaccine. Trump didn't force it on people, but he endorsed it, which is a big fucking no-no. He didn't realize that, and people stop fucking doing that.
Yeah, I think the vaccine
while that happened, DeSantis stood up and he led Florida. That wasn't Trump. Trump endorsed him. I'll give Trump that. Great. But Trump needs to stop firing on DeSantis because he thinks DeSantis hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything.
That guy's not going to stop being himself.
He's not. But what I'm saying, though, is I'm not telling him to. He's going to shoot himself. He's already shooting himself in the foot. He's already divided the GOP over this now. Floridians, I think, by and large, looking at Trump going, what the fuck, dude? This guy just took us through 2 years of lockdowns, and now we're doing better than we've ever done. People are literally moving here. Why are you attacking him? Because of your ego. Now, there was a difference when Trump was attacking the left, and people were united against that. But when Trump fires on his own, especially DeSantis, that for the last 2 years has done a phenomenal job in Florida, they're not going to stand it and say, dude, you've had your chance now. The fact that you're acting like a little baby, what Trump should have done is just let his work speak for themselves. Trump doesn't do that. I realize that. But I get where a lot of people are coming from on Trump needs to shut the fuck up. So at the same token, we're left here. And like I said before, when we started the show, is like we have the political spectrum has been flipped upside down. Yeah. But I do feel that once 2024 gets here and we see what happens, I think the GOP is going to be even stronger for it, to tell you the truth. Because I think you're going to see, I don't see a lot of people that would vote for DeSantis that wouldn't vote for Trump.
Yeah,
but I do see a lot of people that would vote for Trump that would never vote for DeSantis if DeSantis took the nomination.
Yeah, whoever the nominee is, Trump or DeSantis, I see most conservatives, even
hopefully
independents, going for the Republican nominee.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Yeah. So all this stuff right now, I think Trump is always going to be, he's always going to be that guy. Yeah. So you either have to accept it. But there comes a
point where it's like, it's over the line.
Or you don't accept it. I mean, at this point, this is just who that guy is.
Yeah.
The thing that we do know is that he can get results. The thing that we do know is that the Democrats
but we also know and Republicans can get results too, but not on
don't
the federal
want
stage.
Him in office because they all have handlers that pay them and tell them what to do. That's what Putin said. That's what Putin told some reporters is that Trump wasn't the guy that these black suits could come in and tell what to do. Yeah. He wasn't going to do that. He was going to do what he wanted to do. Yeah. So fortunately, it was pretty good stuff for the most part. Like I don't agree with the rushed vaccine. I don't think he should have done the payouts. I think that was a bad idea because I think what he was thinking is, we'll pay these people, we'll go into a V-shaped recovery, and we'll make that money back up. Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't get the 82 million votes that he needed.
Wink, wink.
He didn't get the 165 million votes.
I think right now, though, like you've already said, if I'm going to vote Trump, we don't even have to pick right now.
No, you don't
let's let this thing develop. Let's see what happens because DeSantis might not even run. But
I don't think he will. I don't think he will run.
I can already tell you right now, Trump people are going to say that if DeSantis run, he's owned by the establishment because they're already trying to do character assassination already on Truth Social.
Absolutely.
They're trying to say that DeSantis is in freaking Jeb Bush's pocket. Yeah. He's being endorsed. And then the Lincoln Project. This is what I don't get about people. I don't like the Lincoln Project, but the fact is the Lincoln Project put out a video that was kind of trying to trigger Trump by supporting DeSantis. Yeah. And people are already saying, well, if Lincoln Project endorses DeSantis, I'm not. Did DeSantis go out and actively seek their endorsement? Has he blessed off on them?
That douchebag, Rick Wilson, who runs that communist site as Republican Front, takes him seriously, you got some serious issues you got to deal with up here, buddy. I saw people in the
comments on my Instagram when I posted about it. It's like, well, the fact that he got Lincoln Project's endorsement just tells me everything I need to know. It's like, really? So if a gay guy likes you, does that suddenly make you gay? I was like, the KKK endorsed Trump, right? Did Trump acknowledge that? Fuck no, he didn't. He disavowed them. Yeah. So just because somebody endorses a certain candidate does not mean the candidate is in favor of that certain organization. Yeah. And it blows my mind how people don't get that. No. Now, if they openly accept donor money from them and knowingly do it, then yes, I can understand. It's like, I can see that. Like for me, it'd be like, I'll take your fucking money. Doesn't mean I support you, but if it gets me a victory, I could probably. Actually, I wouldn't do that because I know that wouldn't actually not be good.
It just wouldn't pan out for you.
No, it wouldn't. But I haven't seen DeSantis do that.
No, this like Rick Wilson, the Lincoln Project. Those guys like. I'm pretty sure.
You have very strong feelings about it.
Yeah, that he's a cocksucker.
I'm gonna fuck his wife.
No, I'm pretty sure he doesn't go that way. But
you think he's gay?
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes down on George Soros. You know that's a George Soros funded organization.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna go out and.
So wait, Soros tried to fund opposition?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm
not saying I have any proof, but it wouldn't surprise me one single bit. Yeah. If George, of course he is. Yeah. This guy's got his finger in everything. He's spreading his cash all over the place. He wants the power. Yeah. He wants to be able to call the shots.
Well, he's not going to be around very much longer to freaking own it, hopefully.
I don't know, man. What is he? He's like a quarter dragon. How old is that guy?
He's old. He's up there. Well, that's the intro to the podcast. So good night, folks. This episode is brought to you by ShellShockCBD.com, folks. Black Friday is coming up. Just so you guys and girls are in the know, on the 23rd, we're going live with our Black Friday sales. Now, I'm going to let you know about this. The reason we're doing this early, number one, we want first crack at you. I'm not even going to lie about that one. It makes sense to me from a business perspective. Before all these other companies promote their sales and shit like that, we want to be ahead of the game. I think it's a smart business move. And then secondly, another important point is that as soon as you place your orders, we're getting them out the door. We are getting them out the door. So I'm not making this guarantee because I really don't know. But if we can get your orders out the door, at least on the 23rd, I think Federal Mail still runs. Hopefully we can get a jump on a lot of the mail clogging going on.
Yeah.
I think, and this year is going to kind of be of a tester, because if it doesn't do well this year, because I want to get some feedback from our customers in the group, the Facebook group. We have almost 17,000 members over there. Shell Shock CBD, go join the group. I want to get feedback from the group of when they got their packages, because if they didn't get them in a timely manner, next year we'll back the sale up even more. Like maybe the 21st, we'll start Black Friday, so you guys get your stuff way before the holiday. Well, I shouldn't say way before, but at least in the midst, before the shitstorm hits the fan, if that makes any sense. So check that out. We appreciate that. Again, that starts on the 23rd, midnight on the 26th or 22nd. As soon as it hits midnight, 23rd sales, Black Friday sales they're on. 45?
Yeah.
45% off site-wide. Minus the tea, the shirts, and the wellness gummies, because again, those margins are so insanely small as it is. Like, we're making next to nothing on those products. So you can check that out. And again, that's on the 23rd. Mark your calendars. No codes required. It's literally you go in there and you get what you get. First come, first serve. I do not think we're going to run out of inventory. We've already been working hard. Our guys in the back have been packaging. They're ready to go. We've got everything. Rack outs, halos, Delta 8, Delta 9. If you're in a state where Delta 8 is banned, you can probably get Delta 9. You can probably, and by the way, from yesterday's show, the Michigan collar, Minnesota collar, Delta 8 was just banned in Minnesota. That's why we couldn't ship. But we told him Delta 9, try Delta 9. So we made sure that he was taken care of.
You're going to love it.
You're going to like the way you get high. I guarantee it. So, hey, while you're sitting there, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up and give us a like. Help us out. Help us grow the following on the channel. I'm going to click it too. Just that little thumbs up button helps our with the algorithm. Appreciate that. All right, you got the spiel there. Let's do this. Afghanistan, this is breaking news. Afghanistan Taliban leaders orders Sharia law punishments. Once again, theocracy doing what theocracy does best, oppressing people of different religious views. Taliban leader has ordered Afghan judges, I'm not even going to try that shit. That's just a word salad in itself. Has ordered Afghan judges to impose punishments for certain crimes that may include public amputations and stoning. No, we're not sitting down to get high as punishment. They're going to throw a rock at your fucking head. They're probably going to bury you neck deep and then throw a rock at your skull to try and crush it. This is a very age-old practice. It was even around during the biblical days. So, yeah, they're bringing that back. Whoa. Hold on. Breaking news. I have not confirmed this is in the chat. Poland hit by missiles. Let's see this real quick. I did read that Russia was launching missiles on Ukraine during the thing. Hold up. Ukraine latest missile, roughly 100 Russian missiles fired against Ukraine. Russian mounts missile strike near Polish border. I'm not seeing anything about strikes in Poland, though. Russian missile strike near Poland raises tough. Are you seeing anything? Okay, we're just going to take this step by step.
This is 6 minutes ago. I don't know if this is...
Where are we seeing this?
Here we go. It's senior U.S. intelligence officials say Russian missiles crossed into NATO member Poland, killing 2 people.
They just attack. If that's the truth, they just attacked the NATO. Poland's NATO, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just attacked a NATO country, and that's all they need to declare war on Russia now. Yeah. Russia first striked NATO, but then at the same time, NATO's been fighting this proxy war with Russia anyway. So, let's just see what happens on this one. I don't know. I don't know.
A village near Ukraine, explosion hit farm and rural area. 2 people died at the scene, possibly caused by missiles. Government calls emergency meeting. Poland is NATO member state. No word yet from the government.
We'll see what happens on this one. I did read an article where apparently the G20 summit is kicked off. And hey, I shouldn't say your boy, Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates are there. Why? I have no idea. Apparently, if you have so much money, you're a world player now. And I guess that makes sense to me. But while this was happening, I think Putin is in attendance. I could be wrong on that, but they said that while Putin has been gone, or the G20 summit has been happening, they've launched a massive missile barrage against Ukraine. Like Ukraine's getting hammered right now. But again, if Poland gets hit, I don't know off the top of my head if we actually have troops in Poland. I know we did. I don't know if they were recalled, pulled back. If we still have troops in Poland, honestly, that could be considered an act of war. Now, the other thing that makes me worried is, did they fake this? Did somebody somewhere fake?
I'm be surprised
because this could easily, somebody could fake a missile strike and say, oh yeah, we were hit by a Russian missile. This could get us into the war. I don't know.
Because it kind of sounded like the UK was responsible for bombing that Nord Stream pipeline.
Yeah, think so. You think UK has the balls to do that?
There was a text message from the prime minister, that lady that just stepped down.
Yeah,
some text message like 10 minutes after the explosion happened that said it's done.
Yeah.
So that doesn't look very good.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
That means UK tried to facilitate sabotaging the Nord Stream. But what would be the goal of that? What's the end goal there? If UK gets involved, which I mean they already are, but still, you sabotage the Nord Stream. What's your motive? You prevent the ability for
Russia financially.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Yeah, true. But the same token, though, but you see, the only thing that doesn't make sense with that approach, though, is that would force the EU and the United States and the rest of the world to become energy dependent on themselves, or push to Saudi or Venezuela for that matter. But they don't have the alternatives. I mean, the EU, Europe, they started standing up more plants again, reopening them back up.
Or maybe they're just trying to provoke Russia into
all-out war.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. There's so many different roads.
These people are psychopaths.
I agree. I think this is just one of those things that it is the people in power politically that are pulling everybody into this war, and innocent people die. Innocent people die.
This is a money grab for them.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what they don't care about human life. Otherwise, you wouldn't see the FTX.
Jesus, we're gonna get into that. That article just broke today, and holy shit, it's impressive. It's impressive what these people have done. It's just like, good lord. You think the corrupt can't get any more corrupt? It's like, no, they're even more corruptible. All right, we'll keep a look on that. Please keep me updated in the Rumble chat. Hey, thank you for letting us know about that. I do appreciate that. But yeah, we will keep an eye on that for you. I'm not seeing anything. We've got NBC News on right now. I'll find Fox or CNN or one of the other bigger ones and see if they want to air any of this. Also, watch MSM. Watch what they say on this. See what they. Holy shit. That's.
Do we have to watch him?
We'll see. But all right, let's get back to the main story. And like I said, please keep me updated in the chat. Thank you, Agonizing, for letting me know about that. Appreciate it. YouTube, come over to Rumble. They verified us on Rumble. That's pretty awesome. That's great. Thank you, Rumble, for doing that. I don't know if they listen. I do appreciate them. Yeah. Oh, and we also figured out how to ban people in the chat. So, yeah, that's going to be happening.
Who's going to be first?
Who's going to be first? We already had somebody. It was some kind of crypto trader. It's like, yeah, we're paying off debts. Like, get the fuck out of here. So, Lord Kunga says, sure are a bunch of Jews involved with this Ukraine business. Really? Is Biden Jewish? Because Biden is facilitating a lot of things. Is Biden Jewish? Dude, don't fucking come in here with that bullshit. Don't come in here with that bullshit. That's not going to fly. Taliban leader, judges imposed. Okay. His spokesman said offenses such as robbery, kidnapping, and sedition must be punished in line with the group's interpretation of Islamic Sharia law. You got to love that. When in power in the 1990s, Taliban were condemned for such punishments, which included public executions. They promised to rule more moderately when they retook power last year. I saw Crenshaw going out there and like attacking Biden for this one. No, this isn't Biden's fault. Trust me, folks. I mean, my God, if you've listened to the show for any stretch of the time, you fucking know that we are no fan of Biden. But you cannot blame this on Joe Biden. You can't. Even if we had a perfect withdrawal, folks. Let me put this in. Let me paint you a picture here. Let's say like the withdrawal of Afghanistan went off without a hitch, no casualties, whatever. Do you really think the Taliban weren't going to come back in and take back over? Yes, they were. Even if we had a troop presence there, a minor troop presence, they were still going to come back and take over. The Taliban knew what they were doing. They played the 20-year waiting game, and they won.
Do you think they would be as outspoken had it not been Biden in the White House right now?
No.
Do you think they would still come out and just make it pretty well known that Sharia law was law of the land now?
Yeah, because even if Trump...
Amputations and stonings are back on the table.
Yeah. Stonings are back on the table, boys. Because even if Trump withdrew and Trump was still in office and the Taliban did something like that, the Taliban know good and well the American people are never going to allow Trump to go back over there and reinsert troops to go over there and combat the Taliban. Because then, here's the other thing. Well, no, never mind. That took off the table the $1 billion worth of equipment left. But now it's certainly not possible because they have a fucking army ready to go. Yeah. And we definitely couldn't hold that country now with what's going on in the world. And then economically speaking, it'd be a fucking disaster of epic proportions if we go back into Afghanistan. And, granted, what's going on with inflation, the recession, it just, no. But regardless if Trump was in office, the Taliban were going to take back power. I mean, Trump was already working deals with them, and I'm not knocking that. You do have, I mean, look, you cannot sit there and, plug your ears, close your eyes, say, the Taliban don't exist. No, the Taliban exist. They do control that area. You do have to negotiate with them. Now, there's a difference in negotiating with terrorists and saying, you give us this, we give you that, yada, 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 versus saying, okay, we're leaving. We have to negotiate a ceasefire. Mm-hmm. We're done with this. Better to negotiate with them than just continually fighting, because Trump did save lives with that. Mm-hmm. People aren't going to like to hear that Trump did save American soldiers' lives by saying, hey, ceasefire, we're about to withdraw. You fuck with me, we're going to bomb you. Mm-hmm. But do I think, to answer your question, no, I don't think that would change how the Taliban operate, knowing full well if Trump was still in. I just don't.
Not just how they operate. Like, obviously, they were probably going to regress back into their
Sharia law. Because look on the national scale, what that example would set. Now we are, even though we just invaded and we pulled out, we no longer have roots over there. Now Trump is going over there trying to say, if Trump was still in office, saying, you can't do this. That's not our place. Mm-hmm. That's not America's place. That's an Afghan problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that.
I hate to say it, but
because you just can't change their minds on that stuff. That's just, unless the people rise up and they had the weapons, then it might be a different story.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're going to have to beat them back themselves.
I made a post about that this morning. I talked about how men and women are not physically equal. We're not. Yeah. By and large, men can probably beat the brakes off a lot of women. Mm-hmm. I was like, so realistically speaking, no, we're not equal. Just because a set system of laws are in place to protect you, it does not make us equal, because people do not obey those laws. You know what does make us equal? That thing that goes pew pew. Yeah. So when you have that pew pew, you are equal, because they're not going to lay a hand on you. And that's why I'm a big proponent that women should have guns. Yeah. Women should protect themselves, because men, by and large, can physically overpower them. They can rape. They can do all kinds of stuff. But while you're busy trying to get your pants down, she's got a fucking 45 in your skull and you're done. And she just took another rapist off the street. That gun protects you. Yeah. That gun makes you equal. And that's why women should have firearms. Not pepper spray, not a taser, something that's going to put a bullet in that piece of shit. And men the same. There are women that rape. It's true. But, as far as the as far as the women over there, bro, oh my God, I witnessed them for 4.5 years. And I've told the story so many times. Like, they kneel and face the wall in the market. They have to sit there while their men go drink chai and smoke on the hookah. They are treated worse than animals. But these women, and here's the thing, these women have been subjected to a theocratic dictatorship for the majority of their lives. They don't know what freedom is. They are so religiously indoctrinated into thinking that if I don't obey my husband, I'm going to hell. Mm-hmm. And they believe it. So when you get a populace that buys into Islam, that buys into Sharia law, even if you go in there to liberate them, it's Stockholm Syndrome. You're not going to change them. This is religious fundamental brainwashing, if you will. And it's another point, it just stands to reason, any leftist that wants to sit there and defend Islam when this is in practice, you be my guest. You fucking be my guest. I don't see how you can sit there and say with a straight face, Islam is the religion of peace and love. It's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's just not. And that's not me hating on Islam. It's saying, look, by their fruits, you'll know them.
Yeah.
Then I'm not sitting there saying that Christianity is all it's cracked up to be either. I'm not sitting, but people will instantly, like I'm 3 steps ahead of these Democrat liberals when they want to debate shit like this. It's like playing devil's advocate. I am not saying that Christianity, but we ain't the one throwing the freaking gays off of rooftops. That ain't us. Let's continue reading this because this is sad to see. But also, folks, I caution you and I ask you in all earnest, whatever earnestly ask you, where is this on MSM? Where are the leftist celebrities screaming out about this?
Well, they're pretty concerned about women being able to get abortions.
Exactly. They're not going to touch the brick stack because you guys, you know, by
on the front burner.
We'll get around to it. No, because again, like I said before, for them to acknowledge this means they are forced to concede that Islam is a bullshit religion over there.
Yeah,
they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Women's rights, these feminists, man, where are you at? Where are you at? I mean, you're not saying shit about Iran, which is kicking off right now.
You got this whole Brittany Griner thing going on. I got a pretty full plate.
Exactly. But no, let's support Ukraine in the proxy war with Russia. Absolutely. And that's just doing so well for us.
That's the other thing. Got to put that flag up in my bio.
It's ridiculous. Oh, dude, if I see a Ukraine or an LGBT or a Black Lives Matter thing in their bios, like instantly think retard. This is the way it goes. And when I say Islam is bullshit, I'm talking about like, I never want to disrespect somebody's religion because I do believe people, they believe what they believe. Mm. But when your religion is rooted in violence and you still believe in that and you still are trying to carry that out, then I think you're a piece of shit. So to like the Western Muslims that practice, you know, more progressive tendencies, nothing but respect. Mm-hmm. But when your religion, like over there, it's like, no, fuck you and your religion. Absolutely not. Your religion does not give you the right to violate somebody else's rights. It doesn't.
I just can't get on board with amputating and stoning.
Oh my God. Because then they I mean, in like Christian doctrine, they have then assumed the role of God and they are, you know, what gives you the right? But anyway, I'm not trying to get into a theological debate, but I just see that when a religion oppresses people, then that religion probably needs to go. Like there's a difference. Well, you think Christianity is? You can walk away from the Christian church or whatever the case and no one's going to stone you.
For the most part.
For the most part. Weird how that works. And the other thing they're not going to cover is what they're doing to Christians over there right now. Oh, man. Biggest layoffs this year, just seeing breaking news. Meta, 11,000. Twitter, 3,700. Peloton, 2,800. Caravana, 2,500. Snapchat, 1,200. Huh. Good. I don't know about the other companies. I don't know what the other, what did Peloton do for layoffs? Like Peloton really exploded. The little bike with the video thing.
I know.
That really blew up. What happened to it?
Oh, my wife still.
Oh, you still have it?
She still cranks away.
Oh, okay.
She really likes it. I just can't get into it.
It had a lot of people on board with it. It really did.
It's a good workout, but man, it's just the little seat hurts my ass. I just can't stay on it for like 45 minutes.
It's the seat. Sure it is, Josh. Oh my God. Taliban spokesman tweeted out late on Sunday that the obligatory command came after Mullah met with a group of judges. The Taliban, carefully examined the files of thieves, kidnappers, and seditionists. Muhammad quoted Akhundzada as saying, The exact crimes and punishments have not been defined by the Taliban, but one religious leader in Afghanistan told the BBC that under Sharia law, penalties could include amputations, public lashings, and stoning. The order is the latest evidence that the Taliban are taking a tougher line on rights and freedoms. What rights? What freedoms? You have none. Last week, they banned women from visiting all parks in Kabul. Such a great religion. Excluding them still further from public life. It has been, and also don't forget, they said women will not attend school either. They don't want you educated. Why don't they want you educated? Because then you start to think for yourself.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to stay in that house, you're going to make the babies, you're going to make the food, and you're going to believe what I tell you to believe. Jeez, so tell me again how Islam is a great religion, because it's not. It is not. Weird. Entry to parks, baths, and gyms was already segregated under Taliban rules on segregating people by gender. The group claims Islamic laws were not being followed. Who's who in the Taliban leadership? Women faces become tails of okay. Levels of violence have fallen across Afghanistan since foreign troops pulled out after 20 years of war, in the face of the Taliban advance in the summer of 2021. But the group has faced numerous allegations that it is abusing human rights, including of opponents, women, and journalists. And there's something that America, much less the world, needs to learn about something. The Taliban does not give a fuck about cancel culture. The Taliban does not give a fuck about what world governments say. The Taliban does not give a fuck what a president says. The Taliban cannot be controlled, because when you go over there to try and control them, they scatter like roaches, and all they're going to do is going to fight you in the mountains for 20 fucking years. Your tweets, your symbols of I don't like, they don't give a fuck.
Whoa. Where are they on pronouns?
I and ED. That's their pronouns. Oh my God. It's the fucking truth. And you know what? You think you can change them? Be my guest.
Go over there.
Go over there.
Do a missionary trip.
Bro, yeah, good luck. You're not coming back. Not coming back. Well, and I shouldn't say breaking news. Funny fucking news. I got past this article by the Gateway Pundit. How is the Gateway Pundit? Are they neutral or they lean right?
That's a right leaning.
Is it right leaning? Okay. But do they post truthful shit, or is it like Fox News and CNN?
They do.
They do? Okay. I haven't read a lot of articles from them. I'm very hesitant because at least with Fox and CNN, you know where you stand. It's like, okay, grain of salt, both of them. Gateway, I guess all news should be considered that way. But I actually watched this play out on Twitter yesterday, which was really fucking funny. Elon Musk fires disrespectful employee on Twitter. By the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter for being super slow in many countries. App is doing under 1,000 poorly batched RPCs just to render a home timeline, Musk said in the tweet on Sunday. A Twitter engineer who spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android publicly called out Musk in a tweet. That's where you knew, and that's where we knew he fucked up. Just this is the thing. Just the idea that you can publicly call out your boss and you think ain't shit gonna happen to you, you forgot what it's like. That's just, in my mind, it's like, wait. You said what? You did what? Well, then, yeah, he fired you, you moron.
Bye.
The guy said, I've spent 6 years working on Twitter for Android and can say this is wrong. Elon Musk responded to the Twitter engineer, then please correct me. What is the right number? Elon Musk said. At that point, he just baited you. You should have just been like, I'm sorry, I should not have said this. I will talk to you in private.
They're entitled.
They're insanely entitled.
There's zero filter with these people.
Hey, let me tell you this,
it's like
folks.
they run the company. It's like they thought about it.
It's that socialist mindset of we run this, and no, the fuck you don't.
Where's my lunch?
Exactly. Give me my freaking order. Yeah, no. This dude, bro, you should have DM'd Elon and said, all due respect, sir, these are some numbers I think you should be made aware of. And, maybe these are some ways that we can fix this, yada, yada, yada. But you sitting there trying to pull your dick out and say, we've done this, blah, 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 blah. The data is all that matters at that point. But even besides that, you fucking talk shit to your boss. Holy fuck. There isn't a job that I have ever had that I thought about in front of everybody just without the intent of just quitting or get fired. But what did you really think was going to happen? And guess what? This dude thinks he did something good and instrumental. It's over. Or is that prediction?
House prediction.
That's prediction, yeah, because there's still some tight races, yeah. Now, by the way, there is going to be a recount in Arizona. That's what they're saying. According to state law, there will be a recount. Don't look for it to really change. But yeah.
Carrie Lake was so confident that
she was.
That Maricopa County, that last batch was going to break for her.
Yeah.
I honestly think she was
cheated. Yeah, I believe so too.
It's so easy just to say.
Hey, vote now for 2024 presidential election so it'll get counted.
I know.
Because it's ridiculous.
I think that's one of the most annoying things about these past 2 election cycles is how long it takes them to count votes.
Mm-hmm. I think America's fed up and they're over it. They're over, and then
that is unacceptable.
It is unacceptable, and people should be fired, but they're not. They actually got reelected.
Yep, they should be fired. She's a part of the election integrity.
Yep.
How does that work,
bro? It's
just
we
her in a
have
meeting?
investigated ourselves and found ourselves free and clear of all accusations.
It's her in a meeting with herself, questioning herself about what a great job she's doing.
Did you do this?
Her and her twin sister.
I'm sorry, I was a bad girl. Won't happen again. I'm reelected. No. A fellow techie warned the Twitter engineer to take the issue with Musk privately rather than attack his boss publicly. He says, I've been a developer for 20 years and I can tell you that as the domain expert here, you should inform your boss privately, the techie warned. Trying to one-up him in public while he is trying to learn and be helpful makes you look like a spiteful, self-serving dev, he said. That too. In light of what everybody's doing at Twitter right now, like this dude is like, read the room, bro. When people are saying, I'm resigning because Elon the fascist is taking over, and people are quitting left and right, and you come out there and you try and bucking against your boss, what do you think he's going to think? He's going to think you're a shithead and he's going to fire you. Like, this is common fucking sense. Do these people not think this shit through? So honestly, what I think this guy was probably thinking, take a stand against Elon, get fired, and somebody's going to scoop me up in a heartbeat. That way I can kind of go from one job to the other and play the victim. It's like, I will give you a job. But if I was an employer, it's like, bro, the way you acted with him, you can go you pull some shit like that here, you're fucking done.
I could tell you it's not going to be at Amazon.
Hell no, it ain't.
Probably not going to be at Meta.
Probably not.
They just let some people up. Peloton, clearly they're laying people.
Oh, it gets better, though. Here's the funny part about this. The Twitter engineer remained defiant and said Elon Musk was in the wrong and should have been the one who asked him questions privately over Slack or email.
No. Who coughed up $44 billion?
Exactly. He's like, no, dude, you ain't on the hook for shit.
You should have came to me, buddy.
A random Twitter user tagged Elon Musk and said, Elon Musk, with this kind of attitude, you probably won't want this guy on your team. Musk fired the guy on Twitter and said he's fired. And he did. Because the same dude, the same engineer, I found his account and looked at it, and he posted a screenshot of his screen and said, welp, and it showed him being locked out of his Twitter account and his thing. He said, well, it looks like it's official with a salute. And he got fired. Bro, we're laughing at you. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Your ego got you fired. Which is, it's just fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious to me. Like the level of audacity of this guy, like Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. You're like, dude, did you really think that you were gonna out your boss?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Now, folks, let me get something straight here. A good leader is gonna take some criticism sometimes when he's wrong. When he's wrong, you own that shit because you set an example for your subordinates. Don't sit there and think, and that's toxic leadership when you sit there and say, I can do no wrong. Oh, yes, the fuck you can. But I will tell you from a lot of experience, when you go to your men and you say, guys, I fucked up on this one. I apologize, and it ain't gonna happen again. They're gonna respect you. I promise you, I would respect that person. When a boss can own their mistake and admit to it and then correct it, that sets the example for what your employees should do. But that is a voluntarily based thing. You do not go to your boss and say, this is what you should do. Blah, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the other thing. I think majority of these issues could be handled with just some tact. Elon can spout, like if I was that engineer and I want to, number one, I can respect the fact that he said, I'm doing this to defend my team that has worked very hard. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I can respect that. I do respect that guy's balls on that. But you went at it the wrong way and you got yourself fired. What did you really accomplish? Nothing. Which I do want to use this example. If you're a veteran, listen up very closely. When you say you should have stayed in and changed it from the inside, that's a perfect example of why you can't change shit from the inside. Because you can stand up as an enlisted guy and say, this is bullshit. The officer could be like, you're out. They're going to kick you out of the military. You get dishonorable discharge, and you haven't changed shit. That's the fucking truth. So that's a pipe dream that these veterans push out there. I saw for years. It was the dumbest thing I ever saw. You clearly don't understand how the military operates. But anyway, this guy should have just DM'd Elon and just be like, Mr. Elon, sir, hey, these are the figures. I don't think they're really lining up with what you're saying here. But look, we could probably take a look at this and figure this out. And I guarantee Elon would look at this guy and be like, hey, I appreciate you coming to me and having the balls to say that respectfully. Let's look at this. Now, if he didn't, he's an idiot. But how this guy acted, Elon's perfectly well within his wheelhouse to fire this little shithead. Who do you think you are? Like, bro, But that's that socialist mindset of everybody's equal. Not in the workforce, you're not. If you're the fucking employee, you ain't telling the job how to fuck. You ain't telling the boss, don't tell daddy how to fuck. Don't do that. You're going to get fired. I posted this thing on Instagram. I love this. Like, it makes me happy to see that all of these socialists are outing themselves. But listen to what these idiots said. Like, this is so funny to me. Let me find it. Here it is. What is socialism? And I do love how they frame this. Socialism and capitalism are economic. You don't say. What? I thought they were religion. Well, some people they are. They deal with what your job is and who is in charge. Capitalists believe that the workplace should be operated like a dictatorship. Never in my life have I seen a dictatorship that you can willfully walk away from, that you're paid for your services rendered, because that's what a dictatorship does not do. You have benefits, you have rights, you have all kinds of stuff. So you explain to me how capitalism is anywhere like a dictatorship. That's interesting enough. Clearly, they'd never operated a business. Capitalism believes the corporate operates like a dictator. Okay, where one person calls all the shots, the CEO. Yeah. If anybody, I'm just at a loss on this. This once again highlights the level of entitlement of most people these days. Now, let me push pause on that and give you an example real quick. And this is why socialists are fucking retarded. Only one person calls the shots, the CEO. Okay. Well, Josh and I call the shots at Shell Shock. Nobody else does. Now, we do take input from all the employees.
Of course.
We're not stupid enough to sit there and say, because here's the deal. I'm going to tell you right now, the shipping area, they know more than me on shipping because they've been doing that. When I was doing it, I knew everything about shipping, but now I'm outdated. They've got new systems in place, so I trust my employees, but they give me feedback. They tell me this is what's going on. They tell both of us this is what's going on, so we're kept in the loop. A lot of that shit, they know far more. But they do come to us with decisions that have to be made. And I will take their input. It's like, what do you think the smartest route moving forward would be? Blah, blah, blah. These are my inputs. And 9 times out of 10, we go with them because, again, they have an invested interest in this company that if it succeeds, they get raises. If it fails, they're jobless. So it's in their best interest not to lie. But with that being said, fiscally, how much are we on the hook for? How much inventory we got right now? Money worth? About 2-3 million?
Yeah.
We got about 3 million inventory that we've already paid for. And prep for Black Friday as well to also ensure that we never run out of inventory. Number 2, we're on this lease for a lot of money per month. This business goes under, we still got to pay that lease, which we can't afford if this business goes under. And if you want to know how much we're paying, go look at rental property by the foot and see what they're charging right now. It's bad. Also, credit, everything. He and I are on the hook for. We invested the money, or actually Josh invested the money at first, to launch this company. We put it on a credit card, $4,000. Did those employees do that? No, they did not. Did those employees are they on the contracts? Are they on the hook? No, they are not. You can lose your job and you're going to be fine. You'll find another one. We lose this company, we're bankrupt. Good luck rebuilding. I'll be working at a fucking car dealership or selling insurance or some shit like or OnlyFans. I don't know. I'll do all the fucking e-thoughts do and show like a dick cleavage and make a couple thousand. So when these workers say that they should have input, you've got no skin in the game. You know, when you take on a partner, there's usually a buy-in. Mm-hmm. If you want a partnership with somebody, there's normally, if they even want to accept a partner, there's an investment. You've got to invest because why? Now you got skin in the game. Because if that shit goes under, like I had some people like, I'm ready to invest $50,000 to be a partner. It's like, no, absolutely not. We don't need that money. Mm-hmm. And also but you get the point there. So when they sit there, and that's just the fiscal aspect. Let's look at the actual leadership aspect. Have you ever been in a situation where there's a group of 5 or more people and you've got to make a decision? You've got 5 different varying opinions. Which one do you go with? Democracy doesn't always work. There's got to be one motherfucker in charge. There's always got to be one chief and the rest are fucking Indians. That's the way it works. And you better hope you got a good chief. But if it's nothing but Indians, that's socialism and you ain't getting shit done. That's the fucking truth. That is the fucking truth. So these socialists out there, you've never owned a business, clearly, and you've never been in a leadership position, and you don't even know what real leadership looks like. Socialists believe that we should have democracy in the workplace. What? You get to vote for what you want to do? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. If you believe in democracy, freedom, and equality, you are a socialist. Okay. So wait a minute. What you're basically saying is the employees, in light of everything the CEO has invested in that company fiscally, the employees should still get a say. Well, then you're not actually for freedom and democracy. You're for the exclusion of people that actually invested more money and you just want to have a say. Therefore, it's not really for freedom. It's favoring those that you feel are already at a financial disadvantage, which is beyond me. You're paid for your services rendered. That's all there is to it. So socialists are fucking stupid. And I have not seen one successful socialist country that even compares in the capitalistic system. Now, again, we don't have capitalism right now. We have corporatism. There's a difference. When the government gets involved, they fuck it all up.
Yeah.
But again, I just cannot get my head around how some of these people really feel. Can you imagine go to your boss and saying, we the employees feel that we should get a say in this company? You can fucking pack your bags and get the fuck out right now. You're out of your goddamn mind. A lot of these people forget where they came from. Like, you just sit there and say, who the hell do you think you are? It's just crazy. So this guy got shit canned live on Twitter. It's funny.
Here's another one on his account, too. Said Elon, I guess he tweeted out, by the way, I'd like to apologize for Twitter being super slow in many countries. App is doing 1,000 times poorly. Batched RPCs, whatever that means, just to render a home timeline. One of his employees says, you did not just lay off almost all the infrastructure and then make some sassy remarks about how we do batching.
That was an employee that said that?
You did not just lay off almost half the infrastructure.
Half the infrastructure was not infrastructure. There were ethics committees that weren't even fucking needed because point is, and again, these are people that have never owned businesses. They don't know how it works on the back end. If Elon Musk laid off half the infrastructure, Twitter would be down right now. Twitter would not even be functioning right now. He laid off these stupid fluff fucking groups that should never have been there in the first place.
She goes on to say, you don't get to shit on our infrastructure if you don't know what the fuck it does while you're also scrambling to rehire folks you laid off. Her next tweet is, LOL, just got fired for shit posting. I said it before and I'll say it again. Kiss my ass.
He said that?
That's what she said.
Oh, she said that? Oh, good. She's out of a job probably, hopefully.
Yes, she is. She just said just got fired for shit posting. I mean,
bye.
Two of my former teammates, we built some dope shit together.
But now you ain't got no ownership over that dope shit. Now Elon's gonna change that dope shit.
I'm so fucking proud of our team and everything that we did, guys.
Go to the unemployment office together. Take that pride there. Dumb shits. No, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a difference in a toxic boss and a piece of shit versus you just wanting to flex your dick.
Yeah, that's
good luck. Fucking idiots. Wait, holy shit, Russia is launching missiles in Poland. They're briefing now. All right, let's take another look real quick. Where are you seeing that, Joey Buick? Let's check Fox News. Fox isn't covering anything. Let's check CNN. Bro, by the way, I got my new computer last night, and I was fucking around playing a game, and I was checking up Rumble, and Charlie Kirk's show was live. That shit's boring as fuck. I sat there watching it. It was a little informative, but oh my God, it was like watching paint dry. Just sitting there, it's like, this is some boring ass shit. Can somebody say fuck or something, please? Like anything. Anyway.
I'll give it to Charlie Kirk. He can spit out some facts.
He can. Yeah. Hold on. Russia's war in Ukraine. Rockets or missiles reported to have landed in Poland near Ukrainian border, killing 2. It is confirmed now. 2 missiles or rockets are reported to have hit a farm in Poland near the border with Ukraine. 2 people are reported killed. Polish media showed an image of a deep impact. Can somebody get me a link, please? Let me.
I'm seeing it here on Twitter.
Trying to see it as well.
Yeah, this is like 1 minute ago. It's the same thing where it was in a farm. Uh-oh. Better put like 2 flags in their bios.
All right, just trying to find more, folks. Stand by. I'm not seeing a lot of it. I don't see anything on Twitter so far. Oh my God. Monitoring bias. Somebody just said fact check. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to get into that. That's just Twitter beef. Anyway, could be a false flag attack. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Oh my God. USSA versus USSR. Dude. I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
Here's on Bloomberg.
On Bloomberg, okay.
It's same thing. Just Russian missiles crossed over into Poland. This was 34 minutes ago. So
CNN's reporting it. Doesn't make it true, but again, CNN's their ratings are so far down for them to just spread misinformation at this point. It's really be dumb to do. Again, I'm still looking on Fox. Is Breitbart reporting anything? Stand by. No, Breitbart isn't saying anything. They're probably wanting to let it freaking play out and see what happens. Fox isn't saying anything. Please remember. No, not seeing anything. This could just lead to where Biden can now use this as a way of saying now we're committing troops. Because if we still have troops in Poland, dude, that could easily be construed as like, oh, you were trying to target U.S. troops. Game on. Mm-hmm. He just attacked a NATO country. Putin just gave them what they wanted. Honestly, I feel like. Jesus. That's the live link comments. Okay. Thank you real quick. Let's check this out. Thank you very much for that. We're going to take calls here in a second, by the way, folks. We're going to take some calls and hear what you have to say. We're just trying to get an update of what's going on. Chat is disabled for this live stream. I'm looking at this now. Okay. This is what the Pentagon's saying. I can't really hear it, or I can't hear anything.
You want to take a call?
Service the error. Yeah, go ahead. Let's go ahead and take a call. This guy's putting out a brief. I'm going to play it on the screen for you guys here.
All right, guys. The line is open.
The phone number is 214-817-1689. Now, again, we're seeing them employ both ground-based. Okay, so the Department of Defense is doing a briefing. BBC has coverage as well.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man? You're live.
Oh, sweet. I just wanted to make a couple quick rapid-fire points.
Yeah.
One, Election Day should be a national holiday. Nobody should have to work. Everybody needs to be in person with an ID, paper ballot, no exceptions unless you can't make it there.
I like that. I like that. I feel like I agree. Yeah, it should be a national holiday. I do agree with that. A federal day off so everybody can go vote.
Sort of a big deal.
It is a very big deal. I can agree with that. It's a good idea.
Excellent point.
So thanks for answering the phone. Can I say one more thing about a different subject?
Sure.
Okay, the drug war, obviously a complete failure.
Yeah.
In Peru, drugs are 100% legal.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to legalize all drugs here, we'd take away the incentive like it was with the alcohol. Therefore, the cartels will crumble. And we use the money from the drug war that's wasting so much money and people's lives on both sides of that war to take care of the people who are actually addicts here.
I agree.
And thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Good points there.
Thanks, buddy.
I do like that. I mean, I've heard a lot of people, and like especially the Libertarian Party, preach similar stances, and it's like, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, we gave everybody the day off, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Damn, good idea. That was a good idea. Yeah, we told everybody if you go vote, you get the day off, and we actually did that. Well, except Omar. Omar had to come in and do shipping, but we cut him loose early. But he did. Him and Alec did go vote. So did MK, and so did Tyler. So did you and me.
Yeah. Got another call. Hello.
Let's do it.
You there?
Hello, this is Rich Johnson.
What's up, Rich?
Hey, I'm first time caller on the podcast, and it's great to talk to you guys directly. I'm calling about the free lunches that the Twitter employees were crying about.
Yeah.
So I was a worker in the San Francisco area for a while, a year and a half, and you could really tell the entitlement of some employees.
Wait, did you work for Twitter?
No, I actually worked for a company that made e-cigarettes, one of the bigger ones.
Okay.
You could probably guess it. Starts with a J.
Okay.
But the entitlement of like the new employees being brought on, it was something else. It
really?
Was when they were cutting back on the lunches at certain points when it was going down, and it was just nuts. The wiring of the people that work there, what they feel they deserve, and
isn't that surprising?
And how they act to their bosses.
Yeah, it's not shocking. It's not shocking. I mean, Josh and I have seen a lot of that with previous employees and people that have been like I shit you not, we had one dude come in for a job interview wearing sandals and cargo shorts, and I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? I was like, I'm not sitting there like demanding you come in a suit, but my God, wear a nice shirt and some jeans, something presentable. But no, you're definitely right. The newer generations don't seem to understand. Through shitty parenting, I would guess, is that when you go for a job interview, you should probably dress somewhat modest, respectable. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. It's very simplistic. So when these people are coming in there and they're not getting hired, it's just like 9 times that. Well, I shouldn't say 9 times, but I'd say a good chunk of the time. Maybe it's not the employer. Maybe you're just a shithead. I don't know.
Are you still in San Francisco?
Yeah.
How is it?
No, I thankfully got out. I'm in Tennessee.
Attaboy.
Okay.
Attaboy.
So how was San Francisco while you were there?
Oh, it was horrific. I was born and raised in Ohio, and so working there for a year and a half, even though I'm glad I did because it boosted my resume, was a horrible experience. I had to sell a lot of my firearms, which brought a tear to my eye, and I'm slowly collecting them back. But now I'm in a free state, and I'm happy to be there now.
So you can't own weapons.
The
in
new
California?
generation is.
No.
A lot of the firearms that I owned, I couldn't bring in.
Because you have to moderate them or you have to modify them in certain ways. Like, I know, aren't they like some of the rifles are like single shot? They can only do one shot at a time.
It's just nuts. And, I didn't want to get stuck with stuck on some stupid law and get thrown in jail for it. So
Jesus, I can't even believe that. Well, hey, man, thank you for your call. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a listener. That really means a lot to us. Again, you can call in at 214-817-1689. You guys, thank you so much. Still watching the Pentagon. They're still doing this briefing. Not really seeing anything. They are confirming it, but I don't know. This is breaking news. We'll watch this unfold. And we'll see what Joe Biden has to say because, and again, funny this happens at the G20 summit. Nothing happens by coincidence. Nothing happens by accident. This missile did not happen by accident. No. Putin knows. You strike at Poland, which is a NATO country, this opens up a can of worms. I'm not saying this is a false flag attack. I'm just saying that it's certainly a possibility. I don't know. But we're going to watch and see what happens as it unfolds. So,
hello?
Hey, John, Josh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We got you loud and clear.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
What's going on, man?
Hey, 2 things. First, if Russia did hit Poland and we commit troops, I'm telling you right now, and John, you probably know this being a fellow veteran yourself, our troops are not ready for a near-peer conflict. I'm not going to state my name for obvious reasons, but I'm currently in the military and in the Army Reserves, and we were just doing warrior task and battle drills lanes, and the upper leadership is still focusing on IED ambushes and forces that aren't wearing a designated uniform.
Yeah.
When we're kind of out of that battle space and now going into the possibility of a near-peer conflict, and we need to be training for that. And that's not what at least I can't speak for the rest of the military, but our unit was still focused on that.
Yeah, I agree. It takes time for them to shift fire on what they're training for. But yeah, they should have done that a long time ago because once they withdrew from Afghanistan, everybody was looking at Russia. Everyone was looking at Russia. So it's like we do have to go back to tank-on-tank armored warfare. And I agree with you. I think your crew teams are gonna have to change to where like your crew serve teams used to operate with, like, I think one of them had a javelin. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens as far as them training or changing military doctrine into fighting armor-on-armor warfare, which is a whole different ballgame. But I agree with you there. I think that's a very interesting take on it to have because,
Yeah, I got back from ALC, which I don't know if they called it that when you were in, but it's Staff Sergeant School in February.
Yeah.
And they were harping on force and near-peer conflict there. And I come back to my unit, and they start training us for this stuff because everybody's training has been completely redesigned now to prepare us for Russia.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, why are we doing IEDs?
Yeah, I agree.
And then the other thing, so unfortunately I'm from Pennsylvania. Fetterman only won 5 counties in Pennsylvania. He won like the mass population areas, but also the Republicans tried to pull a Joe Biden this year.
How so?
Where Joe Biden won because of the hatred of Trump, and the Republicans were putting any candidate out there, figuring that enough people hated Biden and the Democrats, and they weren't putting out good candidates.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I don't even know how Oz made it. I don't get it. I just, all I can think of is money and popularity. That's all I can think about. Because when you look at Oz, that guy he was such a proponent for the vaccine, for masks and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that's not a candidate you want to put up against Democrats, especially for Republicans. But it's funny because even like the 5 counties he won, you look at America by and large, his majority of which is red. It's just the urban areas that are dark blue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pennsylvania is the same way.
Yeah.
Even Mastriano, the Republican candidate for governor, he was military, phenomenal service record, but he was 100% against abortion, even in cases of medical incest or rape.
Yeah.
And he was also a QAnon guy. And it's like, as soon as he came out with that, it was like, we lost.
Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, it also didn't help freaking Oz's stance when he's on the debate stage. He says, abortion would be between a woman, a doctor, and a politician. It's just like, oh, God.
How visible were the Republican candidates up there in Pennsylvania? Because I know here in Texas, like we saw Beto's stupid face like 35 times a day on the television. Is it the same over there?
I can't say for certain. I can't say for certain because I don't have cable TV.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a weird mix everywhere you go. Like I'd be driving down the street in my town and I'd see literally Fetterman and Shapiro signs right next to Oz and Mastriano signs, like neighboring yards. So it was like, in my area, it looked like a pretty 50-50 split. Literally walking into the polling place, there was young people around my age in their 20s that put masks on as soon as I got within 10 feet of them. I was like, I know who they're voting for.
Yeah. It's. I think Fetterman got a lot of airtime just on legacy media because that was such a big race from, and you never saw Mastriano or Oz. So I don't know. It didn't seem like they went out there and really pushed themselves all that much. At least from over here, it didn't look like that. But either way, I just think that is ballot harvesting, is that legal in Pennsylvania?
I don't believe so, but I can say that when I went to the polls to vote, I went there, told them my name, my address, and then you have to sign next to it. And right above the signature block, there's a thing that says ID required. And the person working the polls never asked for my ID. There was a county elections meeting for my county, the board of electors last night, where a bunch of people went there and said, hey, listen, these rules weren't followed. We need an investigation.
Nothing shocks me at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It takes a governor to be able to go in there and change those laws, right?
Yeah, well, I'm Congress too. State Congress, things such as that.
Well, every county in Pennsylvania has their own board of election board, which are local people who are voted into it.
Yeah.
To run the elections and help make sure all the rules are followed. And if the rules aren't followed, then a state district attorney can actually come in and do an investigation, and people can get in a lot of trouble for it.
Yeah. Hopefully we see in these upcoming elections, when we start seeing some of these gubernatorial runs flip red, if that even happens, we see them securing and locking down these elections to where this shit doesn't even happen again. Because even the local election boards, you can't even trust them. Like, I saw one that there was I think it was Maricopa County. The group that was running that also had ties to a PAC that was trying to unseat a lot of Republicans. So it's like, so clearly it's not a neutral, impartial group. It's clearly they have partiality, so you can't trust them, which I think, to be fair, it should just be, you have equal representation on that board of Republicans, Democrats, third party, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so it looks like in Pennsylvania, ballot harvesting is legal.
I think there's like 13 or 14 states where it is legal.
There's a lot. There's Oregon, California, Nevada, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Where are you going to harvest ballots in Montana?
Nebraska.
We're taking it to the mountains, boys.
Yeah, I'm surprised that, yeah.
Well, thank you for your call, dude. I really appreciate that, man. And God bless you. Thanks for being a listener to the show. We'll just have to say, I do want to say this is some breaking news. McCarthy wins GOP nomination for House Speaker. I don't trust McCarthy. I'm not saying McConnell's any better. McCarthy, I don't know. McCarthy, now keep in mind, my jury's out on this one. Does Is there a runoff with him? And if he's been nominated, I would assume that's because they took the vote. They were voting last night, weren't they? So does that mean that now it's not going to be McConnell? McCarthy's going to step up and he has to go before the House and the House has to vote? Or is it he still has to do a runoff with McConnell? Because I think that's it. Because they voted last night. I guess McCarthy got the nomination. McCarthy loses 31 votes from his caucus, but will move on to a final contest before the full House in January. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy won the Republicans' designation for House Speaker on Tuesday, but questions remain over his ability to lock up the spot on the floor in January. McCarthy beat back a challenge by more conservative elements in the House Republican Conference, represented by Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona. The final vote tally was 188 to 31. I'm sorry, that's it. Yeah, I was so confused. McConnell Senate. Jesus Christ. I'm sitting there. I was like, this is so fucking confusing. So, did McConnell get it? I haven't even seen anything on McConnell yet. I don't know. We'll just see. Yeah, well, I'm that in the chat because I haven't even seen it. I'm perusing Breitbart because as soon as I saw this article hit, I was like, what's the stance on fucking McConnell? I keep forgetting that. But I don't know, man. I'm not trying to like taint anything, but I got a bad feeling about McCarthy. I don't know why. I got a very bad feeling about this guy. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just got a weird feeling.
Yeah, it looks like, let's see, Kevin McCarthy has been elected the Republican nominee for Speaker of the House. Yeah, so that's right.
Do I know?
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy has been.
Yeah, but that's House, not Senate. I was thinking, for some reason, I'm thinking about McConnell right now. And I got an article here that I was reading where apparently there's a lot of Republicans coming out saying that naturally you got Romney endorsing McConnell.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Go figure, right?
Well, whoever he votes for, to do the
exact opposite, right. Yeah. But they were saying that McConnell does look like he's going to have enough votes to fucking take it again. And I'm like, Jesus, do we not learn anything? Like, I have a bad feeling that McConnell's going to take it again. Mm-hmm. That's the same dude that like chose to freaking push money into certain areas. Like, again, that Alaska race. I'm just like, why?
Because he didn't want any pushback.
Exactly. He wanted his guy to make it. So yeah. I just don't get it. But, all right, we will keep you informed with any other, or please chat, keep us informed so we can keep the listeners informed. Any other breaking news on Russia. All right, let's continue going on. Projections. Democrat Katie Hobbs wins Arizona governor race. Old news, we know this. This is some bullshit. Let's keep going. Cost of living crisis. Food prices up 40% on last year as potato costs rise over 70%. And you know who's pissed about that? The Irish. I'm Irish, I can say that. Oh, what the fuck is going on with these prices right here? Are you fucking kidding me? Trying to rape me with my own potatoes here. Food prices in Germany have spiked by just under 40% over last year, with items such as potatoes spiking by as much as 70% in 12 months. The German general public is facing a massive surge in price of food, a considerable contributor to the ongoing cost of living crisis, with government statistics released on Monday indicating that the overall price of groceries in the country has risen by nearly 40% within the last 12 months. And you know, if that's government released information, you can probably bet on the fact that it's probably more. Mm-hmm. It's to the point where it's so bad, you can't hide that, but you can minimize the bleeding by trying to downplay it a little bit. It's only 40%, guys. Realistically, it's probably like 60 or 70. I don't know. Free the damn potatoes. But with many in the country already treading financial water as a result of an extreme surge in energy prices. Yeah, it's true. They said their energy costs are through the fucking roof right now.
It's crazy.
It's bad.
All the prices are.
Yeah.
Why aren't any of these pundits talking about that?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to lose.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Especially during election time. Can't talk about that. We got to talk about women's rights, how abortion is a health issue.
I think the abortion issue, you just don't run on it. Don't run on it. It's
state level stuff.
I was gonna say it's a dead cause, but no pun intended. I just feel like that. It's just like, dude, you can go down this rabbit hole of arguing both sides forever. At the end result, it's gonna be user preference. Mm-hmm. So realistically speaking, if you're gonna put that at the forefront, like I think Stacey Abrams did towards the end of her, it was like, dude, this is gonna blow up in your face. Like, don't run on this. Because honestly, I'm not trying to minimize the importance of the abortion issue. It's just not an issue the majority of Americans really give a fuck about.
I don't think it is either.
It's not. I think right now it's keeping more money. Money in their pockets, inflation, the price of gas. Like, realistically, those are like 3 great points to run on. Mm-hmm. 3 great points to run on.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Because if you talk about the economic issue with having an unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to make it even more difficult when you have a administration in office that can't seem to get their act together. Yeah. And gas prices are sky high. Grocery prices are through the roof. Inflation's at an all-time high.
Freaking nuts.
You know, what else?
Dude, it's freaking nuts. At this point, it's just like, the thing that makes me laugh the most, though, is how Democrats will sit there and they'll defend it.
They'll defend it.
They'll defend it. And I'm just like, you can't be serious. Because if this was happening under Trump, do you think... Oh, I know that's a baited question. I would really hope that most Republicans, if Trump was doing a really shitty job, would call him out on it. Be like, bro, you promised us all these things. You're, you know, if Trump took office and then within a month we see gas prices double, people would be pissed. The left would be furious.
Oh, absolutely.
But Biden's doing it and the left's kind of like, meh.
Because they all get paid.
Yeah.
This administration gets paid.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Big bucks. The FTX thing, that proved it.
Oh,
that fucking proved
dude.
it.
I mean, if it doesn't get any more blatant than that.
Jesus, yeah. We're going to get to that. Eric Swalwell, this douchebag, man, if we could have just substituted two people in Poland, he would have been one. Eric Swalwell, bro.
Why didn't that guy strap up and go over to Ukraine?
No shit. He talks like this dude is the epitome of a dork that's got some power that thinks he's a badass. Now it's like, bro, you better not forget who you are. Somebody can come along and whip your ass. This guy's a piece of shit. But listen how insulting this guy is to you, folks. Listen to what this guy, he honestly believes this. Representative Swalwell's stupid tweet on her. Okay, well, so let me back up. Eric Swalwell's stupid education tweet may cost Democrats in 2024. Now, let me get some context on this real quick. He's not talking about, how do I put this? They're not saying that he himself, it's the opinion of most Democrats, it's going to cost them in 2024. And I do feel like they are right on this because listen to what they're talking about here. The fault lines for the 2024 elections are already taking shape with the two parties in diametrically opposed positions, and there is no greater divide than over parental rights. Now, this is definitely an issue I would run on 100% because now you're talking about federal state involved in the home, and they have no business being involved in your home. You could definitely take on a more libertarian idea on this one and certainly score a lot of political points on the left. I really feel like you could. But the California Democrat insisted that is it akin to putting patients in charge of their own surgeries, clients in charge of their own trials. Swalwell declared, "Please tell me what I'm missing here. This is so stupid." What Representative Swalwell, a lawyer, is missing is called informed consent. He's talking about, Swalwell responded to a tweet that basically talked about parents should be, the education of the children belongs to the parents. They should dictate.
He was responding to Tim Scott, who said, we are putting parents back in charge of their kids' education.
And what did Swalwell say?
He said, please tell me what I'm missing here. What are we going to do next? Putting patients in charge of their own surgeries, clients in charge of their own trials. When did we stop trusting it? When did we stop trusting experts, you stupid idiot? I don't know. Maybe like when you try to stab everybody with a vaccine that wasn't tested, you piece of shit.
There was so much to break down on that. The fact is, the overall arcing point of this is that Swalwell wants the government to come in there and start to dictate what your children learn in order to indoctrinate them into a leftist propaganda, leftist agenda. Yeah. Because next thing you know, they're coming home talking about genders. Now they're all trans. They want to chop off their... That's all Swalwell is trying to do. If you really think any of these politicians, to include politicians on the right, give a flying fuck about you personally, you're stupid. Yeah. Instead, what they really want to do is they're protecting their own. They're protecting their party. That's what they have to do. That's how they get reelected. Swalwell is literally playing into the same fucking stance that most people would take. But the problem is this guy's a retard, doesn't really understand what he's actually saying. Yeah. Well, he does. He's just that stupid. Yeah. But I cannot think. It doesn't compute. You want to seriously sit there and tell parents to leave it to the experts. Which experts are you talking about here? Mm-hmm. The blue-haired, metal-faced freakazoids from the LGBT that want to indoctrinate your children into the sexual cult that they're creating, which ultimately has links to pedophilia? Those experts? The experts that constantly, that you leftists deny left and right, that say, that doesn't exist. Those same experts that Libs of TikTok blows up every fucking day, and you see that shit ingrained into our children's education? You kidding me with this? But let's dissect what this moron's talking about in regards regards to the examples he gave. Clients in charge of their own trials. Clients can choose which lawyers they want. That is 100% true. Put patients in charge of their own surgeries. Clients can also elect to get surgeries and also choose which hospital, which doctor, and whether or not they want to fucking get the surgery. What are you talking about? That's why you go to multiple different doctors and get a difference of opinion, a second opinion, a third opinion.
I know. Listen how confident
this guy's
he
a
is
fucking moron
in this statement. He's so confident in this ridiculous idea that,
and he's a father too, which is beyond me.
Can't be in charge of their own lives.
Yeah,
like you have to have an expert to make every single decision in your life.
You know,
that's what he's saying.
And
he's
it's so funny because he's saying experts.
You can't unless you have this education. Then you can't possibly make it through life. You can't do it. We got to manage your money. We got to manage your kids' education. We got to manage what you do, your funds, everything. You can't do anything.
Let me put it this way. I am in no way trying to downplay the role that teachers play in our children's life. If anything, it's one of the most important roles.
No.
But do not for a second get it twisted. Those teachers should be teaching them anything outside of that curriculum.
Right.
That's your job, is to facilitate the passing and exchanging and the helping understanding of information of what's in those books, what's in that curriculum. That's it. That's all you're there for. Now, I am not knocking those teachers that want to go above and beyond and make it fun, make it entertaining. Maybe even take a step further and go further down the rabbit hole and educating on specific topics. I'm okay with that as long as it's not leaning toward political bias. So my favorite subject was social studies. I loved history. I love social studies. It was a lot of fun. But this moron, boiled down to the baseline of what he's trying to say is trust the government.
Yeah.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Trust the government. Like, this guy still denies the science. The science changed. You're wrong now. You're fucking wrong. But these people, they just literally want to hand their kid over to and that's why you have the issues you have now. Yeah. You want the government to be your nanny state. And that does not work out. It is insane to me that anybody would even think in like this. But liberals, by and large, will eat this shit up.
Yeah.
You really want these people who you don't even know raising your children? Maybe that's why your culture is so fucked up.
You know, this elementary school is so pivotal for kids.
Yeah,
because
absolutely,
that's when you're learning everything. My wife was just having a conversation with a mom who said that one of her kids was coming home and talking about how one of the other older kids, like a fifth grader, was telling her, you could be anything you want, you can be gender fluid, whatever. I'm like, what?
That's the experts. That's the experts.
And then she started dropping F-bombs and all this other. I'm like, what would concern me the most is that there's a little girl talking about you could be gender fluid or you could be whatever you want, whatever gender you want to be.
I'm just at a loss on that.
Yeah, that I would have to shut down immediately.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like that's just
no, you can't.
Your child coming home, because your children are gonna get that from other children whose parents don't give a fuck, and they want to feed them into bullshit indoctrination ideas that the LGBT wants to push out there. So for you to sit there, I would shut that shit down in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I'd show up at the school and be like, listen.
And the thing that sucks,
you guys got to monitor this stuff. They can't be talking about this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to yank my kid out of here.
Bro, I saw two tweets. I saw 2 tweets of these parents reading books at these school council meetings or the education board meetings, and they're literally reading pornography. Like talking about the one woman I heard her reading, and this is a book that was in the school, talking about, I'm going to shoot this load down her mouth, bro. That's in a book. And you're just kind of like, what the fuck? And I think this was a middle school. And you're just like, dude, why? Why? Again, I understand that kids are, I view sex ed as drugs. Educate them in-house. In the school as well. Excuse me on that one. Like, you do need to educate them on this. Don't put it off because, your child's probably going to have sex before they're 18. Let's not even kid ourselves on that. But instead of like trying to say that don't have sex till you're 18, instead educate them on how to do it safely. If they're going to do it.
Or tell them why abstinence is a better choice than going out and having sex.
But some people, they have very curious natures. So I feel like cover your blocks on both sides. But it's like, look, if you're going to ignore me, then wear a condom, wear protection, but please don't ignore me. Just trust me on this one. Same with drugs. If you want to smoke weed, you want to do that, do it here. I'll go buy it for you. I'll even go in the other room. You do it here. Have fun. I won't fuck with you. But I just want to know that you have good stuff. Like I don't want you fucking fentanyl. You just never know. Not with weed, but you get where I'm going on that. But
look, if you're gonna do cocaine, make sure you come talk to me first so I can give you my order.
That is. Oh my God. It's just nuts to me. Just nuts. Jeff Bezos says he's going to give away most of his $124 billion fortune to charities fighting against climate change.
Trying to get into heaven.
What I find really funny about this is that this same nut job, instead of donating $124 billion, and the left is going to eat this up. They're going to love him for this. But I'm sitting there going, okay, what's the more pressing issue? The issue they basically attributed to Elon Musk, world hunger or climate change? What's the more greater threat? And it's going to be world hunger.
You know,
I'm sure that little starving African baby over there is kind of like, well, thank God they stopped the fucking ice caps from melting, which they didn't. This is just stupid. This is just fucking dumb.
You know, the world produces enough food to feed everybody.
Yeah.
It comes down to
we literally throw away extra food here in America.
It comes down to a distribution issue.
And political corruption.
Yeah,
a lot of that stuff. Yep. A lot of those countries over there in Africa, they're ran by warlords.
Yeah,
and that's just the sad nature of it. It sucks, but
can't save everybody.
No, you can't. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Damn, we got 739 people watching on Rumble. Appreciate you guys being here for the All American Savage Show podcast. We got one more thing that we have to go because we got some stuff we got to take care of here at the office. You do gotta love this. Biden announces $20 billion to move Indonesia away from coal.
Geez, you think they're gonna get a little piece of that action?
10% for the big guy.
Dude, he's just like shitting money out all over the place.
Your money, our money,
our money,
our money. I personally don't give a fuck if Indonesia goes away from coal.
Have you ever been to Indonesia?
No.
It's a shithole.
It's a shithole?
Oh, dude.
Then why the fuck do I give a shit about them? I mean, even if it wasn't a shithole, I don't care about them. Not my problem.
Yeah, it's not.
My money, I want to keep my money. Like, this is a great example of how the government's going to take your money and spend it on the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
Again, Milton Friedman made this point perfectly clear. He said, nobody spends your money better than you do. In order for the government to be able to pay this, they first have to take. They are stealing your money to pay for these dumb, fucking outlandish things. No, there are more pressing issues than $20 billion going towards Indonesia getting off coal. But this, again, Biden is a fucking globalist.
Yeah.
Biden is a globalist. With the creation of social media, it has brought us together on a global scale to now it's humanity.
I don't
Doesn't work that way.
He's not a globalist. He's just a criminal.
Yeah.
He's a con man.
Yeah.
He sets these things up so that he can get paid.
Yeah.
This is just a scheme to him. All this is.
It's funny to me.
From China to Ukraine to Russia
Yeah.
to everything that this guy touches, it has to do with him getting paid on the back end.
Can you imagine the level of evil that a person must possess inside of them to just, at his age, if I was his age, I'd be focused on retiring.
God, his heart is probably the size of a prune and just as dark. You know what I mean?
But once you've achieved a certain level of power, what sense does it make to go after any more money? Like once you're old enough to the point where it's like, I couldn't, even if I tried my hardest, I couldn't even spend all this money before I died.
He's an addict. Probably the same reason he can't stop sniffing little kids.
That's true. Power corrupts.
Yeah.
That's true. Bro, I'm to the point now where it's like, if I can make enough money to where I can retire now, I'm probably still going to work. I'm not going to lie because I love working. But yeah, it's just one of those things to where it's like, yeah, when I have enough, like if I had about $5-6 million in the bank, I know I'm set for life. I'm not going to go out there and live like a fucking billionaire, but I know that I'm set for life. I'm not going to try and achieve anymore. I'm probably going to start giving the rest away. Like I'm going to help other people. But when you hit a certain level like what Biden has, my God, the FTX thing that's been busted out, they're funneling money to Ukraine for support and crypto, and then it's been funneled back to Democrats. Now suddenly goes bankrupt, which was on the World Economic Forum website, which is now miraculously gone. Weird. Why is that? It's just, it's huge levels of corruption.
Yeah.
And they're doing it with our money. We are paying into corruption. Mm-hmm. And I just, in 2024, I don't know. I think by and large, most voters don't give a shit. I think they don't really focus on this stuff. I think it's surprising to a lot of people. I've talked to people at my gym. I've talked to friends like, I don't give a fuck about politics. It's like, you should.
Maybe
you should at least, and that's why we're in the condition we're in, because people don't fucking care. You're not paying attention, so you go in there, you feed into some MSN bullshit, and you vote against the party that probably is better off with your interest in mind.
Yeah. Because how many people voted here in Texas?
I don't know off the top of my head.
3 million.
That's it? Only 3 million voted?
Something.
Between Beto and
well, I mean, there's more people out there that need to get out and vote.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. There's like 4.8, 4.9 million just in Dallas alone.
You know, when it starts to really hit people hard is when you'll start to see more people coming out. I think.
And you would have thought with what was going on with the leftists as far as like the transgender movement and genital mutilation in children, you thought that would have been enough to like really get people weaponized to go out there and vote.
Yeah.
Or energized, and it didn't.
I think it did. I just think
not to the level that I thought it would be.
It's got to be a massive amount of people that come out and vote. I mean, it's got to be like
We'll see.
A net breaking type of amount of people that come out.
I really feel like instead of defunding police, we should defund the government. I really do.
Yeah, cut back their salaries, man.
They got no business making $175,000 just to push yay, no, or abstain. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. Anyway, well, that does it for today's episode, folks. Hey, before you go anywhere, end it on this note. Go follow me on Twitter. Empower me to be the voice of you, the people. Here's the link. It's just John Ross Artist. You can't find me at John Burke because they have me on a name ban. I'm waiting for Elon to reverse that decision, so we'll see. Again, twitter.com/John Ross Artist. Do me a favor, go give it a follow. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps out far more than you realize. And retweeting helps as well. Again, make sure you go check out the show sponsor, shellshockcbd.com. We are veteran owned. We are from Texas, and we are possibly launching another company I shouldn't say very soon, probably the beginning of next year. We're excited for that. And trust me, a lot of you are going to love it, and I'm pumped for it. Hopefully.
Cock rings.
Cock rings. It's going to be tiny. They're going to be Asian cock rings. It's going to be so good, folks. Trust me. We've been testing a lot of cocks, especially in Josh's mouth. But,
all right.
All right, folks. That does it for us here at Shell Shock Studio. We'll be late with the podcast tomorrow. Josh and I are going hunting this weekend, so we're going to go zero in the rifle. Josh can do some rounds through the rifle. First time going hunting.
Yep. Excited.
I'm excited to take them. It's going to be a good time. All right, folks, we love you. We appreciate you. And as always, stay savage, America.